Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Aleph Zero, aka AZERO. This was a highly requested, project that I did a breakdown on, that a lot of people, asked me about, and we came to the assumption that it is a very solid layer 1 network with a prospering ecosystem that we will be discussing in this video, as well as a few projects, and of course I will give you guys my personal price prediction. Now, I just want to give you guys a quick insight. Price predictions do not matter no matter who is telling you them. Price predictions only matter to the extent of you really kind of comparing it to other projects and realizing all right, well, if we do see adoption and we do see again listings and things like that and hype building around the project, then we could possibly hit these numbers. So again, remember, price predictions should be taken with a grain of salt, and just know that the only price prediction that actually matters is your end goal and your end target around these projects. Now, with Aleph Zero, we did, like I said, do a breakdown on it. It looks like a very solid project. This is a very early on project as well. It did launch at near the end of 2021 into, of course, the beginning of 2022. I should say the token got listed on CMC, for an example. And with the price data that we do have from CMC, it did go from, around 64 cents all the way to around $3. And since then, we have been in a downtrend that we started to break out of. Now, me personally, when we look at where we are in the price action zone, we can most likely move to about roughly $1.50 before breaking down and testing, a support zone or possibly a resistance zone that we could flip into support. Now, that zone would most likely be around this $1.10 zone to possibly $1 itself. And I would honestly love to see if we could retest this 80-some cent zone. It might be a little bit out of the question, but we'll definitely have to watch Bitcoin closely and see where we do head to within Aleph Zero. Now, remember, I do think that the market cap for this and where it is positioned on CMC, which is at number almost 3,000, is extremely undervalued, and we're going to be talking about why in this video. So first off, here we have, that sure did not take long. We are excited to see more than 600 smart contracts debuted on the Aleph Zero testnet since June 22nd. A round of applause is in order for everyone who is helping us build. And yeah, I mean, 600 smart contracts on a testnet is pretty significant, especially when you look at this and you're like, all right, well, when we really kind of look at 600 smart contracts, how many of these will launch on the mainnet, and how many of these will launch on the mainnet and drive, adoption in the numbers of value and also volume? Again, there's a pretty significant chance that there's a large portion of these projects that could do so. And talking more so about it, the current AZERO ecosystem is pretty substantial for a project that is still pretty early on in its development. I mean, look at how large this ecosystem actually is. Now, again, most of this ecosystem is including, investment funds and things like that. But one project that I personally am excited for is this AZERO, which is an NFT marketplace. I think that this one is pretty special. And the reason why I say that is because of the overall quality behind this. Remember, even within Hedera, NFTs have been exploding massive lately on chains that are, not Ethereum. In fact, I actually would argue the fact that, a lot of NFT creators and collectibles, or collectors, are moving away from Ethereum due to the, high cost in regards to gas fees. So Aleph Zero is actually a perfect alternative to Ethereum. Also, remember, Aleph Zero does have an inflationary mechanism built into it, but so does Ethereum. Ethereum's move to proof of stake will drop it down to about 0.9%, but it's still there. And when we really kind of look at this, I think that the quality behind this NFT marketplace is pretty substantial. They also do have a full-on roadmap down here as well. They do have a tokenomics breakdown. They do have a stakers breakdown as well. They do have 2 partners currently. I do believe that this will continue to grow. And of course, their team is fully doxed with their LinkedIn included on here, which you'll love to see. But yeah, I'm very excited for these, projects like this to go live because, again, this plays perfectly into the retail sector. It allows for more retail use and utility cases to be, again, realized. So you love to see it. And like I said, the quality behind this is awesome. I love it personally. So definitely check AZERO out if you are into the NFT sector. And this is still in demo mode, by the way, just so that you guys know. And even if you launch this, it looks pretty cool. I was looking at this earlier, and I was like, if this is the type of quality that we are going to expect from a lot of the major dApps building out on Aleph Zero, then I'm very excited for it. And you do see like Connect Wallet, AZERO testnet demo, and here we have like the initial start to it. It breaks down all the features and things like that, upcoming features as well. And then up here, you could actually go to the marketplace itself. You can also see like TGE and stuff up there. But here is like the collections. Again, very early on. It's just in like a testnet beta mode. But this looks pretty cool. I'm very excited for it. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. Also, the infographic depicts how you engage with AZERO staking mechanism. Needless to say, we are extremely excited by the community's ongoing interest in the program. 70% of AZERO supply is now staked. 30,000 holders, which you'll love to see. I wish that Aleph Zero did have a holders tab on CMC. Maybe at some point in time that will be the case, but there's no holders tab. But over 37,000 watch lists already in place on Aleph Zero. And like I said, we just hit 30,000 holders. So this is actually pretty cool. Milestone after milestone, AZERO is hitting, which, you know, again, is great for not only the growth of the project, but also, you know, the price, chart for it is going to be, skyrocketing once we get into like a stability zone on Bitcoin. Because remember, although Aleph Zero is extremely bullish in regards to like the ecosystem and the holders and staking, etc., you got to remember that this market is still under, Bitcoin's control. Bitcoin is still holding about 40.5% dominance. So just be aware of that. Do not FOMO in. Do not get, an itch to buy in on the major pumps. Buy when it dumps and finds, a stable point to really kind of accumulate, which is what I personally have been doing on Aleph Zero. Now, also, we do see over here, so this was a quoted tweet on a tweet that I personally, tweeted out on August 7th, which made me think about this for a second. So I said, I don't care for Ethereum flipping Bitcoin. I care about what is going to flip both of them. And this individual said, think big, believe in innovation. Only the people who are crazy enough to think about it can achieve it. Think AZERO. Privacy enhanced next generation blockchain, fastest blockchain in the industry, 100,000 transactions per second, liminal and common. Now, I don't believe that, AZERO is going to flip Ethereum and Bitcoin. I could see it flipping Ethereum at some point in time. Most likely, again, like long term down like the road. But I'm more so believing like QNT flipping both of these just because of like the tokenomics of it and the use case potential of it. Remember, a lot of these layer ones are probably not going to be as large, if not bigger than Bitcoin. You got to really kind of think realistic here. But like I was saying, with Ethereum having the issues that it does have, with a lot of NFT users moving away from Ethereum over to other, very popular layer ones, we really kind of look at the underlying technology around something like Aleph Zero. And like I said, it is built for enterprise Web 3.0 and DeFi use cases because, of course, of its scalability factors. They did achieve roughly 89,600 transactions per second with a 416 ms confirmation time in decentralized test setting of 112 AWS nodes spread across 5 continents. Now, they did achieve well over 100,000 transactions within a test move. But again, like that's not extremely accurate, and I think that they even realize that as well. That's why they do say like 89,600. But it is also fully decentralized. I would argue the fact that Ethereum is probably one of the most centralized networks out there. We've talked about this. We've discussed it, especially in like the top holders addresses. We've talked about it even with consensus, etc. But we also do see, private smart contracts, and then we do see like near free transfer transactions at a fraction of a penny, which you love to see. I think that this, in regards to the overall tokenomics around AZERO, even with its inflationary mechanism put in place, I think that the technology layer behind this is very solid, and I do think that this could very well be a very large layer 1 project. In fact, I would argue that this is a better value supply than most of the other projects that we've discussed on this channel. A lot of people will ask me, AZERO or HBAR. I just cannot answer that. It's all up to personal preference, if you will. Do I think that AZERO is well more undervalued than HBAR? 100%. I mean, look at the market cap, value here. Look at the underlying technology. It's very similar in its technology layer, but tokenomics are like night and day. And remember, tokenomics are key for a lot of these projects to continue to grow. Now, there is an interview from 8 months ago where it was Aleph Zero on the MEV problem that could cost Ethereum users $1 trillion in losses. Now, we've talked about the issues that plague Ethereum. In fact, Ethereum is very rough in regards to being a user on it. I should say just like a typical user, because there's a lot of enterprise grade customers out there that feel the need to pay the $50 transaction fees or $100 transaction fees or 200, 300, 400, whatever the case may be. So it's a lot of issues around Ethereum in regards to scalability factors that this merge is not going to fix. Remember, the merge only allows for scalability. It doesn't, unlock the fact that like, oh, hey, transactions are going to be a fraction of a cent now, so Ethereum's going to skyrocket. No, the gas fees are still there in regards to the transactional fees. The only thing that happens is that it can allow for more scalability. ALEPH is focused on many use case markets. For example, they do mention DeFi here, healthcare, gaming, digitization, supply chain management, and more. And I think that with the technology layer that it does have, this could hit some pretty high valuations going forward. Now, I have this at Dogecoin's market cap. And I think that this is a good area to look at. So a $9.3 billion market cap. Why do I think that this is better than Dogecoin? Well, it's from the utility factors alone. Obviously, Dogecoin did have quite a bit of hype. I think initially we should be looking at, to start, a $1 billion market cap, which would be sitting at about $13.11. This would be a 924% move. After that, we really kind of look at the $10 billion mark, which would be $131 per AZERO. Now, the reason why I think that a $10 billion valuation, for ALEPH with $131 being achieved for each AZERO in general, is because of the next cycle run around crypto. The next cycle run could easily put the market cap potential of crypto to 6 to 10 to all the way up to $20 trillion plus. I think that 20 trillion is a little bit of a stretch. I would be more so looking at 6 to 10 trillion dollars. If that is the case, most altcoins will be sitting at about $100 billion in valuation or not more. I would say $100 is programmed in for AZERO. This would be about a $7.6 billion market cap, a 70x run off of our current level. But if we can retest that dollar range, this could easily be a 100x opportunity. I would definitely be watching this closely to see if we do retest that area. But also remember that we are still very early on in this market in regards to the cycle run. Wait for Bitcoin to have a pullback. Bitcoin will most likely run up to about 25 to 28K. I don't believe that we are about to start a bull run. Remember, bear market rallies will happen. They will catch you off guard. They will make you FOMO in. They will make you, worry that you're going to miss out on, some major gains. But remember, we're still in a bear market. We will most likely have that major pullback, and ALEPH is not going to be immutable to that run. So just remember that watch the price pullback on a lot of these undervalued gems, because it allows you to not only accumulate more for your dollar, but it also allows you to get in at an even lower price where the upside potential is a lot more than just like 70x, which I know that 70x is quite a bit. But with that being said, that would be my price prediction. When could we expect a $100 AZERO? I would say by 2023 to 2025. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all, have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.